Wow. It sounded like first like a wicked witch laugh.
Yeah.
Like somebody was about to be melting.
Like she was in a cauldron. Like
yeah, and then it went even demon.
Yeah.
Like it went like you think a witch and you're it got
I don't
bad.
know what she did.
that was awesome.
Wow.
This is serious. Hey, I'm Chad Davis. I'm here with my good pal, my friend Jared Chambliss, comedian, writer, and all the things. Also, my beautiful wife's comedian, writer, producer, all the things. And a little known fact, 1998 Milli Vanilli lip sync champion. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
That was in Watertown, Tennessee. So,
Girl, you know it's best.
yeah, blame it on the rain. Okay, so in this episode, we like to have fun. So please, with all the things that you want to share with us, tell us, what you like us to do, and tell us to stop doing something, and we might do it. I don't know.
Seriously,
we might.
Yeah.
We read all the comments in all seriousness.
all 6 of them.
Yeah, all 6 of them. But we appreciate it.
I read 12, but I just read 6 twice.
We really appreciate it. It builds a community. It helps the algorithm when you like, comment, share, and all the good things. Tell your friends, your family about it. This is fun, family, clean comedy. We're also the creators of Nashville Nonsense. It's your favorite sketch comedy show that you never knew you needed. It's right there on the Dad Chavis channel. We have season 1 and 2 for your viewing pleasure. Season 3 coming out soon, and we love our Nashville Nonsense team.
Big nonsense.
We
Big
love
shout
them.
out.
We love them, except for
Well, we don't want to say who.
2 of them.
There's a couple of you that
Yeah, and you know who you are.
I know that's right.
Something about the Nashville Nonsense team. We're going to start filming here soon, season 3. Got some writing sessions coming up, and get some stuff knocked out.
And we got some new fun things happening with some crossover.
Oh, yeah.
But we can't
tell
too much.
That's
but
exciting, huh?
Crossover.
Like a Marvel DC kind of a thing, huh?
Yeah.
It's going to be cool with another show.
Yeah.
It's going to
Very
be
cool. Very
Kind of
cool.
neat.
Going to be fun.
On a network television show.
Yep.
Okay, say that. Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Like all parts that were shot?
not
the
all
parts.
parts. Not
Every
all
part.
parts.
I'll make sure I'm editing it, so I'll make sure they're all in there.
Oh, no, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Oh, great, Scott.
Oh, yes.
Let's hope not.
Awesome. All right. One of the things that we do here on This Is Serious is we have a little segment known as Is It News? All right.
Only me and Chad can decide.
Yes. So this is where I read some headlines of some very, very serious news stories, and I change the headlines because I like to do that.
You like to have control.
She reads them and doesn't like them and goes, this would be better if...
Yeah, so I like to relabel them. And
Hopefully you don't change any of the facts. If you're like, this would be better if it was a woman. And
Maybe change the facts. Okay, so here's our first news story. So we can talk about, is it news? Is it newsworthy? All right, I call this one 8 million heads or tails. So
8 million heads or tails.
Right. So can you kind of...
Is it a coin flipping competition?
It's a coin.
I was going to say like a Queen's orders or something.
It's got to do with coins, but it's overturned truck covers Texas highway in 8 million dimes. So a semi was driving down Texas highway, overturned, 8 million dimes spilled out.
Quick, how much is that?
No,
That's a
man,
lot of
I'm really
dimes.
bad at math.
It's a lot of dimes.
I think that's like
Several hundred.
How do you roll that many
8 million
dimes?
I would say
usually the thing's already pre-done.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Did they, when they're spilled out, are they spilled out in the rolls?
I don't think so. I think they were spilled, like, based on the picture that I have, like, well, it's more of a video, but
Shows
I
a
mean,
video of
all you
everything?
see is just
Go ahead and play
like,
it.
well, I haven't played it yet.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I don't know what it's going to do. It's probably going to do an ad, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably do an ad.
Oh, no, there it is.
Oh,
No, millions of dimes.
Oh, that guy's pocketing them right there.
What
Like,
is
He's
it? What are they
looked like they're
doing?
sucking it with like a vacuum cleaner.
yeah.
They're shoveling it. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Look at that.
It's a lot of dimes.
The lady's got a construction outfit on.
She wants to be safe.
Well, first off, can we talk about how bizarre this
Oh wow, it is bizarre. So, was a driver like impaired, or just you're driving down the highway and?
I don't know. It seems like something that an evil villain would do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's knock over somebody with 8 million dimes.
Yeah. 8 million dimes. Yeah, that's a good plan.
8 million dimes.
$700,000. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll scoop up like only 7 million, but we'll keep the.
You can buy a lot of
dimes.
chiclets with 8 million dimes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I mean, just think those little, what are those, when you go to like different places and they have like the M&Ms and the gumball machines and stuff like that. But I always thought that was disgusting.
That sounds like maybe someone who wanted to knock off one of those machines where you put the money in and it hits the other money and you're trying to knock money off into your...
Oh, yeah.
Usually you don't put dimes and stuff in there. You put like quarters.
Or no, you put the tokens.
Maybe you had quarters to put in it, Chad. But when I was a kid, we were stuffing dimes in there.
Yeah.
In Antioch, they used dimes.
In Antioch, we had a dime machine.
Yeah, dime machine.
Yeah, quarter machine. Yeah, maybe over in Brentwood.
Yeah.
Brentwood, you using $50?
No,
Susan B.
Kennedy
Anthony.
$50.
Yeah.
And Indian had pennies. And
These were
Canadian
coins.
money.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice. So,
Yeah,
okay,
I would say that's news. I would like to find out that
kinda
earlier
interesting.
so we can go down the highway and get a couple bucks.
yeah, I want to know what was its destination. Where were 8 million dimes headed?
I don't know. Maybe it was close to the border.
Yeah.
It was in Texas somewhere. So, but I guarantee you they did not get every dime.
No.
Like, if they're sucking them up with a vacuum cleaner and scooping them up with a shovel, there was only like 3 people out there doing it. It's like,
Yeah. What's the saying? You drop the dime?
Yeah, dropping dime means you're a snitch.
Yeah.
oh, that's a lot of snitches.
Where the saying, I guess, originally came from is it used to cost a dime to use a payphone.
Oh, okay.
And so you dropped a dime and then you snitched on somebody. You
Ratted them
do it
out.
from a payphone so that they couldn't
Trace it. Whatever.
Sure.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dimes dropped. A lot of snitches, I guess.
Did you ever call what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say same thing where the saying is like, snitches get stitches.
I've heard that.
and they lay in ditches.
Yeah.
Just like with those dimes.
Just all these dimes
Yeah.
do.
I've heard that. Heard it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that, did you ever call, like, back in the day when you would have, like, what was it called when you would, like, call somebody?
Dionne Warwick or something? The
No.
psychic hotline?
You try to call, like,
Call block?
no, you would try to call somebody,
Prank
but
call?
You wanted them to pay for it.
Oh,
a
collect
collect
call?
call?
Yeah, collect call.
Okay.
So did you ever do collect call, but then you would just say, like, hey, I'm on the side of the road, come get me, and then hang up. And then you wouldn't have to pay the fee.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And no.
You didn't
my
do that.
mom did that all the time. Mom, you're listening. So we would travel to Marion, North Carolina, and we'd travel home.
Okay.
And it's only like a 3.5, 4 hour trip.
Right.
But we didn't have cell phones back in the day.
Right.
So my mom would call my grandma on collect call, and she would answer, and my mom would typically say, "We made it home." And
Right.
like, would you want to take?
And do you want to accept the fees?
Do you want to accept the
Right.
call from "We made it home"? She's like, "No, thank you." She would hang up.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we used to do that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Make the system work. You don't need a dime. And you don't need 8 million of
No,
them.
yeah,
I
that's
don't, even,
called.
I don't even seen a payphone in a hot minute.
There was a
I've
payphone.
seen them, but I don't know if they're actually working.
No.
There's a
them
payphone in
out
your
there.
old neighborhood when we drove back to your old neighborhood at
Oh,
home.
that doesn't
and it's
work,
not
yeah.
it's not a
Oh.
payphone anymore.
It's a telephone booth.
charging station.
Right.
They've
like a-
turned them
for
into
like a
charging
vehicle?
stations. No, for phones.
For phone, yeah.
So
I was
people
gonna
could
say,
go in there and charge
There has to be
their.
a couple of them around still. I mean, where else would Clark Kent be able to change if we got
true.
rid of all of them?
It's true.
Yeah.
He knows where they are.
Yeah.
I would
That's all.
say-
That's all.
I would
It's very
say
important.
the dimes, the
That's-
heads and tails, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's news.
Yeah.
I'm with
it's
you with
news.
that, Chad, too. That is
All
some
right.
news. Man, 8 million dimes on the street? Yeah.
Okay, next news story, I call it Birds of a Feather Squawk Together.
That's cute.
See
how you
what I did
that.
there?
Oh, I was actually ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad somebody's ahead of me. All right.
Squawk.
Now, I got to get the.
The link pulled
Why
up.
is it not want to work?
You got to press control. And
These are good headlines you're making, though.
yeah.
What in the world's happening? Okay, wait.
Preparation time's never wasted time.
Apparently.
That's right. Even if you're preparing live.
There we go.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
A British seagull boy wins second consecutive
Okay.
goal screeching
Okay.
championship.
Is he like identifying with being a seagull, like one of those furries, but he's not as a bird?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah,
I
why'd you say it was what kind
Seagull
of bird?
boy.
That's why I changed their titles.
What kind of bird did you say it was?
I changed their headlines because what do they make it? Where are they coming up with these
So
headlines?
basically, this is like an animal calling, like a hog calling, like Sue.
Yeah,
You said it was
100%.
like an English. What'd you say?
He's a British guy.
A British. How do they
boy.
does it have an accent? How do
No,
they know
he-
it's British?
He's a British guy.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
British boy.
Who has a duck?
Seagull
Seagull.
imitating skills earned him the nickname Seagull Boy.
Oh, so this is a boy who makes bird
Sounds.
Like
and
a-
he won the second consecutive, so he's won this twice in a row, title at the European Championship goal screeching event in Belgium.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. First
Do we
of
want to
all.
hear him?
Yeah, I think we need to.
Let's see.
This is what second place sounds like.
No, he won first place twice.
Oh, first place twice. My bad.
Reigning champion.
Oh, double time, man. Double congratulations, then, sir.
So we'll see if it'll.
Tell me that's
That's
not.
not him.
It's really grown to a
Why
European.
didn't you
Well,
tell me
I
they were?
don't care about these amateurs.
Yeah,
Why'd you?
Yeah, it's not showing him. It's showing the whole competition.
No, but now I'm glad I'm.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wait, there he is. There he is.
No, I don't wanna
Oh,
see
what
it
is that? I
if
could
he's-
go my whole life without
No,
seeing
see,
that.
That's a bunch
you
of
didn't
chest
tell me.
lettuce.
You didn't tell me they were dressed up like seagulls.
They are. They're the same thing I was talking about.
Yes.
They're
Is that-
They're identifying
I don't know
with.
what that is.
a
I do.
seagull.
I'll tell you what that is. That's people that are
Yeah.
acting like an animal.
Yeah, that
And the
is a
reward-
crazy person.
Okay, you know what, Chad? I am going to have to issue my first apology on the show. I was like congratulating that young man for doing that 2 years in a row. I'm going to have to take that back, man.
Well,
Yeah.
he was just a regular costume.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No?
Yeah.
I mean,
You
he was
don't
just a regular
dress up
costume.
like a bird and then make those sounds and then be like, yeah.
And say that I'm
If
a
he was
boy.
hunting them something or maybe calling them and then they
Right.
would come in
I
and
agree.
like they would come and then they let the bird go off or whatever, then
No.
that's one thing. That's saying like, okay, you're the best.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
You're-
lunatics out there. You
Yeah.
know, just
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy,
you want to
man.
see like some proof that, you know, like if somebody has like what are the Duck Dynasty guys? I mean, they
Bird
use the
calls,
bird
yeah.
call and
Yeah.
then the
Thank
bird
you. I'm not even
comes.
saying kill it, but if you can call
Right.
and you can get all these seagulls to come to you, then you're a
Right.
good seagull caller. You've
Yeah.
just dressed up and let a bunch of other people dress up and then they flock around you. That's not being,
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with
And
that.
if he
That's a
get-
very good
He's
point.
first place. What I want to hear last place. I bet you there's not that big a difference.
Speaking
Yeah.
of seagulls, we used to take a bunch. I used to live in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we was take a lot of bread.
Yeah.
And it's very heavy tourist area, obviously during the summer, and we take bread and we throw it out behind
They
the
like
tourist. And so a lot of seagulls would go behind the tourists and they'd fly over them, and eventually would poop on them.
So you don't have to call them; you just throw bread at them.
Oh yeah, they love bread.
Yes, I do not like seagulls.
They will attack you.
Oh,
over
they
the
will.
bread.
They've swooped down.
That's
my
why
hair.
you would throw at the tourists right behind
Yeah,
them. So.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
that's
kind of fun to
not
watch.
nice.
Wow,
You throw it behind these people.
Right. They
Yeah.
would probably freak out.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I bet the last place was an actual seagull.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
That
well,
would be funny. Now that would be news.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be nice.
Yeah, the
I
only
think
news
they're
is
all-
the only news to me on this is where are they doing that? Where are they allowing these people to hold these contests?
It looked like they were in a bar.
You say it was in Europe, right?
they've been drinking.
It was
that
in
makes
Europe,
sense
right?
now.
Yeah, it's
Good.
in
This isn't going on in
Belgium.
America.
Golly.
In Belgium.
Yeah, I
they're
think
eating
they're all-
waffles and squawking. And
I think they're all last place.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, so here's
No, not news, Amber.
New story.
Mm-hmm.
I call this Go-Go Speed Flipper.
Oh, okay, like Inspector Gadget, but it's like
Flippers, and I bet it's going to be marine life. Watch.
No, it's,
Oh,
it's
that's
on
true.
water,
Okay.
No, well, it's
but it's not.
Flipper's the name of a famous dolphin
It is, but
He had
that's
a
not what I was
television
going. I was
show.
like Go-Go Speed
racer.
Flipper.
Ah, I got you. Yeah,
Oh,
very clever
go,
how
go,
you
What do you
switched
think's
it
going
up.
to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Okay,
A
so
homeschool dad made a spanking machine.
close.
He put like 5 spankings on a wagon wheel and spins it.
Right. Yes. Nice. No.
it work good if you have a bunch of kids. It
Yeah.
work good for you. You have 5 kids.
You just put their butt in front of it, and then you just like spin it a couple times. And go, hit it. All right, come on, next.
Right. Okay. All right. Speedboat flips midair at 200 miles per hour and still wins the race.
It was a race?
It was a race.
I was going to say 200 miles an hour on a boat sounds fast.
That
It
is
is fast.
really fast.
This was a speed boating race in Arizona a few weeks
Isn't that what
ago.
NASCAR do? Isn't that what NASCAR's?
Yeah,
don't they
they're-
do like 200?
Oh, yeah.
miles
They're
an hour?
running that fast.
So it flipped
And
and,
it still
landed,
won.
and it still won.
What did
They
it
get-
flip on?
Now, nobody was in it.
What?
What? Wait, so.
I mean, if it
yeah.
flipped, where did the people? Where'd the people go?
No, they're probably.
They're strapped in, I guess.
Where's the people?
Yeah, that could be. I
Show
don't know
me
if they're
the
strapped
people.
in, but.
I
don't know.
have never put on a seatbelt when I was in a boat.
Yeah, I don't know why you would, because that'd be bad news bears.
That's
'Cause
also
you get
not a
knocked
good
out,
idea,
you go
kids.
down.
You should always wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, apparently, I'm sure they wear their seatbelt. I mean, if they're speed racing, I've never been speed racing on a boat. I've just been in a boat when it was going.
All right, all you boat riders up there, speed racers, if
Yeah.
you're racing boats, do you wear seatbelts?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know. But on
a
like a
flip
there's no
and-
seat
Yeah.
belts
Did
on
they
a
do the flip
pontoon
on
boat.
purpose? Like, were they just like,
don't think so.
for lack of a better word, showboating?
No, it says
Yeah?
nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Hey, it took me a second. I was like, hey.
I was like,
Well, I'm a
wait
slow one. I was like,
minute.
wait a minute.
That's clever.
That's very clever. 2 racers inside the boat's covered cabin survived the event, which saw the boat go over 30 feet in the air. Oh, they wore harnesses and helmets.
Oh, so they knew they were going to
Yeah.
flip it, I think. Sounds
Harness-
They were just a little
and
banged up.
helmets.
is
Sounds
what
like
it
they were
said.
prepared to flip.
Well,
Sounds like they
my
wanted
gosh,
to.
if you're wearing harnesses and you get
Helmet.
knocked
And a
out,
helmet?
and you get knocked out,
On a
or you're
boat.
in, whatever in a boat, and it's going down. I mean,
Harness is going to send you lower, I'm thinking.
Davy
Gonna
Jones
win.
locker.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. They didn't have
These
harnesses
guys are
on the
flipping
Titanic.
boats, landing it, and still winning races.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way to go.
that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool news. I think it's news. I'd watch that.
Sound like the Tony Hawk of the water.
I guess so. I don't know.
What, Tony Hawk's a skateboarder.
That's
he does
true,
flips and tricks. So I
Right.
said that.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
I wasn't looking, I wasn't
a
looking
part
for
of the-
confirmation. I was explaining it to you so you understand.
He was part of the Power Peralta team back in the day.
There you go.
What was that guy's place that we went to in California?
Oh, Mike McGill's.
Do you know? Have you ever heard of that guy?
I haven't.
Mike.
He was a
McGill's.
freestyler on the Power Peralta team.
Really? Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like a
it's
rapper or like on the freestyle on the board?
a freestyler on the board.
Oh, okay.
They had different boards back then. And he has a store in Encinitas, I think that's how you pronounce it, California, outside of
Oceanside.
Oceanside, but it's right there by San Diego, South California.
Yeah.
Southern California, not South California. I guess it's
Yeah.
Southern.
So we were driving, and he sees this sign that says Mike McGill's
Yeah. I was like,
skate shop,
brakes!
and he was like, "Stop!"
Yeah.
My dad's driving. He's like, "What?"
I freaked out because I was a big fan.
He's
Yeah,
like,
that's like
"You
me,
gotta
me
turn
when
in there."
I went to New Mexico once, and they have some stuff on Billy the Kid.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I'm just
that's
like a really
cool.
Billy the Kid, like I don't know if you say fan, I guess. Like I've read a lot of books, and just I really enjoy anything that has to do with Billy the Kid, like that Kid's grave and stuff there.
Yeah.
You see this sign, I'm like, whoa, hold on, guys.
You like people to kill people.
We're gonna have to wait. Yeah, let me go through this.
I heard he shot somebody from snoring.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
I really admire him.
I can
yeah.
I can
Yes,
identify with
you're
that because I'd probably shoot somebody for eating loud.
Yeah, he broke out of a bunch of jails, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what's not to admire?
He broke
about
out a
him?
bunch of jails.
There's several.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess
Emily-
the security wasn't really tight back then.
Didn't Amelia Estevez play him?
Yes,
In a
Young
movie.
Guns.
Young Guns.
There's been
Yeah, that's
several
right.
movies done
Yep.
about
Yeah.
him. There's only like literally, I think there was one picture that was for sure of him that they knew. It's like him standing with a rifle or something. But as of in like, I don't know, the past 5-10 years, another picture has been
No,
unveiled that they have confirmed
I've
is
only-
that picture. There's only 2 pictures of him now.
I've only seen like one.
One.
Thinking of. Yeah, I don't know if I remember a rifle, but I remember it's a big like a top hat.
He's got a hat on.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got extra clothes on. is what
Yeah.
it looks
So where it keeps his guns.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I guess to be a good gunfighter is you got to be a good shot and you got to be fast. And he was both, I guess. Like I don't know.
I mean, for a little while.
It was pretty
For a
bad.
little while.
Till he wasn't.
I mean, well, did he really get? Did
But
did
nobody
Pat
kn-
Garrett really kill him or let him go into,
I mean,
into
yeah,
Mexico?
Right.
there's no.
Huh?
Because he's like Elvis like that.
No,
People
he's
think-
dead by now
Yeah.
for sure.
But people
Yeah, for
thought
sure.
he was
Yeah, but,
alive.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
Like in
of
the
rumors
50s,
around.
right? They think he died in the 50s or something.
Again, there's a lot of different rumors around it. A lot of the history books and stuff I've read, just the
Yeah, but he was a bad guy.
not. I mean, okay. I mean,
Although
I don't know.
the whole thing with him was that he got mad because the Confederate Army.
Well, a guy that took him in, like, his mom and his father was gone. This guy that took him in was like killed by some people, and I think they murdered him. It was like it wasn't a fair in any kind of way. So he was kind of getting revenge on some of that. So it depends on how you look at that. And the sheriff and it was a little bit of seemed to be maybe some. I mean, again, I wasn't around. It's just stuff I've read. It seemed like
he had anger issues.
Right.
Well, it seemed like there was also some dirty politicians and sheriffs this time too.
That can't be true.
Well, I'm not.
You're right.
I'm not justifying like him killing people, but that actually sheds more light on why he was like short fused. I always thought he was just very short fused.
This guy took him in. Like,
I think he was.
If I'm not mistaken, he was like stealing like horses from the guy, and the guy, instead of like being upset with him, he offered him to work on his ranch.
Kind of like Les Mis.
Yeah, and they kind of gave him a job. Yeah,
No,
kind of like Les Mis.
Les Mis, when he was stealing from the preacher or the priest, and the
Jean
priest,
Valjean?
yeah, and then he took him in.
It's just like that.
Yeah, do they have a? Is it like that?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Similar.
I'll lend you a book. I have a book called. This is a bad name, but this is the name of the book. It's called "To Hell on a Fast Horse."
Oh,
and it's about Billy the Kid, and it's pretty good. It gives you a lot of historical facts too about it.
That is nowhere you want to go, and you're going there fast.
A lot of stuff too, like with them being dirty cops or doing things that, under the table, and he just kind of saw it as this guy helped me, and they did him wrong. So, and they just kind of led from one thing to he escaped to jail, and then escaped to jail. I think one was like for robbing a laundry store. I think for like some linens or something.
For some dimes.
Petty stuff. Yeah, for 8 million dimes actually.
Wow.
He was caught shoveling them.
Okay.
Yes, I think he needed the Lord in his life.
All right, what else you got, Amber?
Okay, I got one more.
We've gone off
I don't
topic.
even know what news we're talking about. We're talking about the speedboat flipping. I
Yeah,
think.
and somehow we got
I got
Billy the Kid.
one more, and I call it.
That's a good segue there.
Speedboat and Billy the Kid. They're always talking about.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
This one I renamed, Are You Looking at Me?
No.
I don't think that you'll get it from the title. Are You Looking at Me? This is workers are barebacking on their way to the office, and fellow commuters are furious. This is a new term, and the term is that people are putting down their phones and they're just staring at people when they're riding on commuter trains, or just staring off. Like it used to be, like where you would look out a window, or you would look at your neighbor, or have a conversation.
What's this called?
Apparently, they call it barebacking.
It's called
I don't know
barebacking when you're
why.
not looking at your phone. You're looking at people. And
I don't know.
I don't think that's what I remember.
hate you.
Yeah.
don't know.
You're trying to make me.
Yeah, you're trying to make me slip.
You're putting me in a corner, and I don't like it, Amber.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, this is not news. People not using their phone. Next story, please.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're
I mean,
thinking.
there-
Yeah.
Amber, you
but
got to do
people,
more
like-
Googling before you.
Like this is the thing. Like look, this guy, and he's staring, and they're like people in
There's got to be another name for this.
People in New
Yeah.
York are getting nervous, and they're complaining about
People looking at them?
Okay.
Yes.
If I may, are you saying people in New York are getting nervous about people barebacking?
I am saying that.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here on Nashville Nonsense Verse.
Wow.
People in
Yeah.
New York are not a fan of barebacking.
So yes,
I hate her for this. She doesn't know where Google is, does she?
Wow.
oh my goodness,
All right, next story.
that's it. That's all
it?
the news we got.
Hallelujah. Good gravy. I'm not going to look at you. Yeah, that one hurt.
Okay,
All right.
so
Story time?
stories.
Yeah. Do you have a story?
I mean,
You transition out of that?
Somebody tell a story quick.
Yeah. I got a story. No.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Somebody please.
Yeah.
For real? Let me tell a story?
Yeah, please, yes.
Tell a story.
Okay, I'll tell how about a bad story? Something horrible I did in my life. How about that?
Okay.
All right, okay.
Sure.
That you're not proud of and that you wouldn't recommend.
Definitely
and
not proud
It's kind of
of.
like what not to do.
Yeah, when
Okay.
you're a kid, sometimes you do things that you're not proud of. And one time, there was a kid that I grew up with, and let's just call him Jimmy.
Okay.
Me and Jimmy didn't really get along. I can't tell you why we didn't get along. We just didn't get along. We kind of did stuff to each other sometimes. And one time he took his shoes off and put some roller skates on and went to go skate around the neighborhood and left his shoes left his shoes out with us, and I may or may not have taken his shoes into the ditch and peed in them. And I don't mean like a little bit. I mean like
Soaked.
Yeah, I filled both of those shoes up, and went and put him back where he was, and then when he got done roller skating,
Wow. Something smells like
Chad,
asparagus.
believe it or not, he noticed that someone had peed in his shoes. But none of my friends dropped any dimes.
So the only reason he knew, I mean, obviously it's wet.
Well, when he put his foot in, for sure, is
Yes.
when he was for certain.
But he'd have to smell it to know that, hey, there's
and
something weird about
I'll
this.
say this. There was probably enough urine in them that you didn't have to put the shoe to your nose to smell it.
Oh my
you probably
goodness!
just
Like you
gotta-
drank a whole Slurpee before you peed
Yeah,
in
have you
it?
ever like shaken up lemonade before? You know how it gets a lot of bubbles?
Oh, yeah.
Like imagine that just on the top of the sole of your
Some
shoe.
suds.
Yeah, and you're just like, hey, there's like somebody peed in my shoes, and we're like, what? We don't know anything about that. Why would somebody pee? Who would even think about doing something like that? And
That's
then,
gross. You look around and Jared's got his hand up.
Who would pee in my shoe? And I'm like,
then
who would do that,
And
Jimmy?
everybody looks around. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yeah.
What
So
in the
did
world?
Jimmy ever retaliate?
Did he know? Did he know that you peed in it?
Well, he had his hand up.
Well, I mean,
No.
that's usually a dead giveaway when someone says, who peed in my shoes? And
was
then
me.
one
Look
person
around.
raises his hand.
Yeah.
Did he
Jared's good.
retaliate? You can say there was retaliation. I mean, we did stuff against each other. I'll tell you, maybe they'll tell you something he did to me one time that way. I don't know if this was for the peeing of the shoes, because we did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But one time I was playing basketball at a buddy of mine's house. It was like a neighborhood, but we all like hung out and played at one guy's house. His name was Morgan.
Yeah.
We played at Morgan's house. And I took my ball cap off. It was a really nice Charlotte Hornets hat. You know, the Hornets at the time. You know, they had like
Muggsy
Larry
Bogues.
Johnson and Muggsy and Alonzo Mourning. And it was this hat, and I'd taken it off. And he soaked it with some gasoline and lit it on fire.
Oh.
So I'm playing ball and I look over and then my
Did you pee on it?
No, I was like, give me your shoe.
Shoe on it. Put it out.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And well, you know what's funny about that is I'm sure you were a fan of the Hornets or you just like the gear? Most people just wore the gear, not were a
No,
fan.
again, like I won't say like I like teams. I liked players. So
Okay.
whatever team they were on, I would buy their gear, and I wasn't just like a Charlotte Hornets. So like I had
Right.
Chicago Bulls gear. I had anybody that had a person that I really liked. I had Detroit Pistons gear.
Yeah.
Just different times I would have.
I just remember back in that time, the biggest gear to wear was Charlotte Hornets. And
was it?
Bulls.
Plus they got nice colors. too.
Yeah, pretty cool colors.
The
yes.
purple and
Okay.
the turquoise and
Oh.
Yeah.
are they the Charlotte Hornets? It's not the Charlotte Hornets anymore, are they?
I don't know.
I don't think they are.
No.
Yeah.
I grew up in North Carolina, and I left there and left all the teams behind, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true.
I think
you
they're
like
the new-
the
I thought-
NC
I think
State.
they're
I like
New
NC
Orleans
State, but
Hornets
I
now,
mean,
I
it's
think.
just kind of hard to be a State fan. They got a good chess team. That's
Yeah.
about it. But their football and basketball program is.
So I'm circling back to Jimmy here. What kind of shoes was he wearing that
yeah.
you peed in? Like, were these really nice shoes?
like some Jordans or.
They were Nike.
They were Nikes in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think.
And it was like a young kid
Be
and
like
he's got
93.
Nikes.
Yeah.
Here's the
And
thing.
you
I think
peed
when
as
you're growing
Nikes.
up, you
You say-
always have a nemesis.
Oh,
you
yeah.
always
I
have.
had a nemesis.
Jimmy was
I had one.
mine for
Yeah.
sure, and I was his.
Yeah.
We did not get along. We lived out I lived in a cul-de-sac street. So he lived at the end of it, and I lived like you could see straight down like where my mom and dad's house is and where I lived, straight down to the end of the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
That was Jimmy's house.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right across from you.
Yeah, I had a kid.
I mean, it was down, like 8,
Yeah.
10 houses down.
Oh,
But yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I have a story about a kid that we kind of got into some things like that where his name was Joey. And Joey, if you're watching, you know who you are.
You know
and,
Joey.
I forgive you. Please forgive me because I was young and dumb.
All these people start with the J.
Yeah, I guess. But anyways, I don't know. We just didn't get along. And we're on the school bus in middle school. And at lunch that day, we were outside in the courtyard, and I got one of those rubber bands off the top of the trash can, and they were the big ones. And it was a big blue rubber band, so it's about that big, just off the trash can. But when you stretch it out,
Yeah, go far.
oh yeah, you can pull it back
Oh,
at least
no.
a foot and a half. And so on the school bus, I was pulling it back, and I was just popping the seat. and I'd pop like friends' legs, whatever. You know, we're all hanging out, having fun.
Couple whelps.
Yeah, and I popped the seat, and Joey was right in front of me, and he got up and he's like, "Hey, stop popping my seat," or something like that. And I pulled it back, and he like took it out of my hand real fast, and then he pointed at my face, and he had it like at my face, like this close.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told him, I was like, if you let
Rubber band point.
yeah, and I was like, if you let that go, me and you're gonna be fighting. Pow! Hit me right in the eye, and we.
How dare you, Joey?
I know, and we began fighting.
And that's when they began.
Yeah, we began fighting, and other stuff had happened before that, but I remember that.
Did you put him to sleep?
Was it? Wait.
I remember.
Was the other stuff that happened before that? Was it on you?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
It doesn't matter. That wasn't part of the story.
Right.
No,
Like you did the other stuff beforehand, but you're only telling the story that Jimmy did.
No, yeah. What I'm saying is that we went back and forth. No, we went back and forth. I have done horrible stuff to him. He had done horrible stuff to me. Back and forth, back and forth. I don't know where it originated. Who'd done the horrible stuff first? Probably me.
Joey does.
I'll own it. Probably me. But he did pop me in the face with a rubber band, and I just remember like pummeling him after that.
We did a lot of stuff to just different. In the neighborhood, like we all did things to each other. I remember somebody cut Jimmy's rat tail off. He had grown it out for a good while, and he was doing something. Somebody came out, and whoosh, guy named John Powell cut his rat tail right. It made him so mad. You can imagine growing that rat tail out.
Yeah.
And
Oh wow.
snipped it off on him.
Was that somebody you?
Huh?
Was that somebody you? Did you cut?
No. John Powell did that.
Oh, okay.
That has to take some effort because first you got to wrangle and get the guy down, and then you got to take
Jimmy
out.
was like doing something, and he came up like whoosh, and like got him like.
like sneak attack.
Yeah,
Pearl
like
Harbor.
Jimmy like what hold on, like rat tail gone.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
cold-blooded.
fighting. That is cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
That's bad.
Desharis had to break it up.
Desharis. I've heard about Desharis.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of guys that lived in the neighborhood. We did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Desharis, Marquise,
Wow.
Donald, Morgan, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Next door to Jimmy was these two ladies, Bebe and I can't remember
Bebe's
the other
kids?
lady. No, I mean she did have kids, but it was not Bebe and Chanel.
I used to have a cologne, Chanel 5.
Yeah, no, that's not. This is a young lady. She's a nice lady. I like Chanel.
Okay.
Bebe and Chanel. I don't know. It sounds like a radio show.
Bebe lived way down the street.
right.
Chanel lived right next door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Enough about
fun.
our nemesis.
All right. So moving right along, our next segment every time is show and tell.
Yeah.
This is a point in our podcast where Jared and Chad bring something to the podcast as a surprise to one another, and you get to vote on the comments to tell us whose show and tell wins.
Yeah, show and tell. Just like when you're in preschool, kindergarten, you bring something to the class and you would show it and you tell about it.
Kind of what I'm gonna do. I got something good.
Jared always brings some cool stuff.
I got this actually this weekend. I took my oldest daughter, Eden. She turned 16.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Goose.
Happy birthday!
I took her to get her driver's license, and she passed. And while we were there, we went to a comic store. This is out in Cookville's where I took her because it was the closest place to where we were.
Right, yeah.
And so we went out there, and I found to a comic store and found this comic. Didn't even know they existed, but I got issue 1 of Welcome Back, Kotter.
What?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
We were just talking
We were
about
just
that.
talking about that.
Kaplan, check that out. I didn't even know they made it, and so I had to research it. They make 10 of them. There was 10 of them that were made.
Holy smokes.
It's like got stuff on Gabe Kaplan and
Up your nose with the rubber hose.
Yeah, man, that's the Sweat Hogs, man. What do you know about
Sweat
that?
Hogs.
I know all about Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I know a lot. I watched it when I was a kid.
Okay, give
Yeah.
us some facts.
Well,
Fun
you
facts
mean
on
name
Welcome
everybody?
Back,
Can you tell me
Kotter.
who these people are? I can tell you who most of
Yeah,
them
I know
are.
that's
Sweat
Carter.
Hog.
That's Vinny
That's Kotter.
Barbarino.
The Sweat Hogs are all of them.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
a gang. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, Vinny Barbarino. We got Freddie Boom Boom
Yes,
Washington.
Horseshack.
Okay,
Horseshack's
Horseshack,
down
I
here.
remember him.
And then Juan.
Okay.
Isn't that Juan? Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
Man, I forget.
I
but
don't
I knew
know.
most of them.
Okay, so
I did watch it.
for
I thought
those-
I liked it. It only was on like for a couple seasons, like 3 or 4
I
seasons.
think
or-
maybe 5 or 6. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was
Mr.
less.
Woodman.
Okay.
Yeah, and
okay,
then
for
John Travolta.
younger people watching, explain what Welcome Back, Kotter
Welcome Back,
is.
Kotter. It's like a
It's a sitcom.
yeah. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
This, I may have to do it. It's like Saved by the Bell before Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, you got Welcome Back
Right.
Carter, who's a
Carter's
teacher.
the teacher.
He's
Yeah, and then
coming
you got
back.
all these
Yeah.
these kids that go to school there, and they all have like different things that they.
But
got
I would
going on.
say Saved by the Bell is like the wealthier
newer
version.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
This is definitely inner city.
I was trying to give something maybe
Right.
closer. Like this
Yeah.
is a very
but
old. It
that's
came out in the
good.
70s.
Yeah.
So like Saved by the Bell is a newer, or maybe like a Tamer 90210 maybe, or it's just
Yeah.
a show around kids that go to school.
I watched that. I
And,
watched
uh,
90210.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I did
Because
not
we,
watch
we-
that.
it was our same graduating class.
I did not watch it.
Yep. I did.
And I remember me and my roommates, Dennis DeMont, I named you, and Jamie Bradshaw, I named you too. We were bandmates.
2 shout-outs.
And anywho, we watched a show called Models Inc. I think it was on for one season, mainly because it was models on it.
Yeah.
And anyways, I don't know how I
Yeah.
got there from
I don't either.
90210 but this, but go ahead.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
they
it.
still play this on like.
So I
Can
just
you
thought that
watch
was
this
cool.
somewhere?
Like, I found it in the comic shop. Didn't even know they had a Welcome Back, Kotter. But of course, I watched the show, so I was like, 10 of them. I'm gonna try and find these now. I've got issue 1.
Oh, there's only 10. You said.
They made 10 different ones. I haven't read it just yet, but
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know I guess they make comics on everything,
either.
but
Pretty
first
cool.
issue. There you go.
Okay, can you say a couple lines from the TV show?
probably the most known thing would be like Horshack. Whenever he had a question, he would go, "Oh, Mr. Kotter, let's go, Mr. Kotter, yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Kata.
yeah." Or whenever Freddie would say his name, he would say his name is Freddie Boom Boom Washington. They go, "What's the boom boom?" And he would go, "Boom boom 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 boom." He would play bass because
That's true.
it's known that most black people play bass. I don't know. If
Oh
that's
my
it's a well-known
goodness.
Yeah.
fact.
It's because they
So-
got the funk and the soul.
So
and
the most
backbeat.
famous person from that is John Travolta.
I would say maybe Gabe Kaplan would be the most famous, in my opinion.
Okay.
But John Travolta, obviously, I mean, went on and did a lot.
Yeah.
But Gabe Kaplan was a comedian. So
Yeah.
to me, Gabe was more. But I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well,
I
he
guess
was the
I guess
main
you're right, absolutely.
person.
John Travolta would probably had the biggest career.
Yeah,
out of
for
all of
sure.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that he's probably the only one well known from that. I mean, we know the other ones, but he's
Did
probably.
Gabe Kaplan do anything besides Welcome Back, Kotter? As far as like TV show or like
He may have
film
been
or anything?
on
I don't
another
think
show
so.
or something, but nothing that ever.
was all stand-up
that was
stuff,
the,
right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a stand-up comedian as well.
Yeah.
He was, in the beginning of the show, he always told like a, I guess what the kids would call now like a dad joke.
Yeah.
And it would
Oh,
always
yeah.
end
Yeah.
on
That's
a dad. He
true.
would be like, my uncle did, then it would be some kind of little dad joke,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife would be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how the show started. They went doom doom.
That's true.
Come back.
It was a good theme song.
Yeah, I love the theme
Yeah,
song.
for sure.
Very catchy.
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
Great item. Great item.
Okay.
I love that show. It's a classic. I would say it's binge worthy. I would want to go watch it right now.
Oh yeah, I have it. Have all of them. Actually.
You have all of them?
Yeah, we have a lot of old TV shows.
That's
That's all
fun.
we collect old shows.
I like that show, but that's not in that era. That's not my favorite one. If I had to go to in that era, this is a good one, but I would go with Sanford and Son. That's my all time.
No, yeah, I'm with you there. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, but yeah, I like Sanford and Son,
Yeah.
Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Days.
Yeah, the
Three's
Jeffersons,
Company.
Three's Company.
Laverne and
All in the
Shirley.
Family.
Laverne and Shirley was my favorite.
I really liked All in the Family.
Yeah.
The dad was so funny to me.
I like how that opens
Lucy, I love Lucy.
when they play the song
yeah.
and she sings
Times
it
of
in,
Fantasy-
and she sings it in character.
Yeah.
She's
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Maureen
R.I.P.
Stapleton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
Yeah,
gee.
jeez.
I
Those
love it.
were the days.
Yeah. All right. So, great item, but get ready to have your socks blown off.
Yeah.
I have
Better than having your shoes peed in.
Yeah, it's true. I have a great item. I slave over social media to bring the best, and I never disappoint anybody but myself. So,
That's not true. That is not true.
all right. So we all like to laugh. You like to laugh?
I love it.
I love to laugh.
Yeah.
And so, but hearing people's laugh, sometimes people have a unique laugh. All right.
All right.
So,
Okay.
you probably can think of a couple people when they laugh, they like
Fran
oh,
Drescher.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. So,
That's a good one.
and that's what I brought today. I brought a unique laugh.
Okay.
All right. And this lady, I'm not sure where she's from somewhere on this planet, but she's got a unique
hopefully.
laugh.
That narrows it down to
Yeah.
nowhere.
She's got a unique laugh that I love. It's good. It's great.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Okay, interesting.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey.
Here we go.
of her mouth.
Wow. It sounded like first like a wicked witch laugh.
Yeah.
Like somebody was about to be melting.
Like she was in a cauldron. Like
yeah, and then it went even
It
demon.
went-
Yeah.
Like it went like you think a witch, and you're it got
I don't
bad.
know what she did.
that was awesome.
It was like 2 different laughs shoved in her mouth.
Yeah, it
There
was.
was 2 people in there.
Do you
trying
think?
to
Do
come
you
out.
think she was possessed?
Could be.
There's 2 people in there trying to come out for sure.
Yeah.
Especially as wide as her mouth was open, she had to make room. 2 people were coming out of there. You know?
I love it,
That
man.
is crazy. It sounds like she's
Yeah.
gargling.
Yeah.
Like she
You
was
know what it
doing
reminded me
something.
of? Okay, here's a
I
childhood
can only
story.
imagine.
I have a childhood friend.
Is this Joey?
No. This
Joey.
is a close friend, and I'm not going to say this person's name, but I would just.
if this is me,
We didn't know each other when we were kids.
True.
So this kid, I love him so much. He was a good friend. We met on a school bus, got in a fist fight, and became fast friends since. And we were friends all through elementary, middle school, high school. We were roommates after in college years and things.
You went to college?
Briefly.
Oh, okay.
well, and then you went back.
And then I went back.
Good for you.
But yeah, so
First, you don't succeed.
yeah, and so this particular guy, he would love to chew on things. Where we're at, he would chew on a bottle cap or straws or whatever. He'll always have something like a
Food?
food, gum.
Good one, Amber.
Yeah, good one. But he, for some reason, had a piece of electrical tape, and he was chewing on it, and he accidentally swallowed it. And then for months, not days or weeks, but months, he would burp it would sound like that. You know that laugh, but it was almost like a burp. And then the smell would come out, and it would smell like a fart. And we can only imagine. They're like, man, what the heck are you eating? Why does it smell like a fart every time you burping? And then,
His answer was electrical tape?
well, we found out it was it because
Oh, and drink.
a couple of weeks later, we're at a pool party, whatever, and he gets a lot of pool water into or ingested whatever, and so he actually throws up a little bit. And when he throws up, the electrical piece comes out. It's the same electrical piece.
It's been there for months?
Yes, and it probably would grow bacteria. And that's every time he had burped. That's where the fermentation of that came out. And
Great Scott, man. That's how we're ending the show?
I think Jared should win that show and tell just because of that story.
Just alone, man. I thought me peeing in someone's shoes would be the worst thing we heard about on this podcast. But right before we end, Chad goes, wait a minute.
Oh no,
I've got something that's going to top that.
We
Then
never disappoint.
they'll never think twice about Jimmy's shoes. Wait till
Yeah.
I mention this.
yeah, well,
man.
I wouldn't have mentioned his name either. Good.
I got other stories too. But I love him, and he's got stories about me too. So,
Oh my goodness.
anyways,
This is serious.
Lex-
this is serious.